Good morning. How are you doing today, Gene?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Absolutely fantastic. This has got to be such an exciting kind of a journey for you because, I mean, you're known for being up there on that stage and touring on Carnival cruises, but now the whole world gets to see you.
It is crazy. It really is absolutely crazy.
How do you prepare yourself mentally and physically for something like this?
Well, I would say that just for me personally, I can't speak for anyone else. I've been playing music and being on stage for quite some time. And I think also by doing musical theater, getting used to putting myself out there and taking rejection, yep, and always just believing that, nothing's personal. This is what you're here to do. You're here to put the work in and have some fun. So I think I've just kind of naturally built up a mentality of just being able to take risks and just married taking risks with doing what I love, which is singing. Yeah. So, but for this as well, I just actually, to be quite honest, I quit all of my vices as well.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes we like to have a little drink or, 420 type stuff.
Yeah.
I just said, you know what? I really need to be my best. I can't have a cloudy mind. I can't have anything that's going to really affect my vocal cords. So I stopped it all. I just went cold turkey on absolutely everything. Did vocal warm-ups every single day just to make sure that I'd be in tip-top shape.
See, I love that because so many people don't understand that performers or creative people have got to be in touch with their mind, body, and soul. There's got to be harmony with all three of them, and they've got to work together.
Absolutely. Yes, I agree.
And that takes discipline. You've got to be able to be strong enough to be able to take those steps.
Yes, discipline. That's a good word.
One of the things that you brought up though is the fact that having to deal with people that are saying no to you. So many people walk away from their ambitions and their goals on their first no, and it's like, how did you train yourself to be able to walk through that mountain?
Well, it's funny. Since I live here in New York, everyone knows about the Apollo Theater.
Yes.
And I remember when I used to live up in Harlem, I'd walk past that place and I'd always say, man, I'd love to hop on that stage one day. But, man, if they boo you off the stage, that's just got to be the worst experience. So I kind of just shied away from it for quite some time. And I totally forgot that I had signed up to perform at Amateur Night. And I totally forgot. I sent an email, and I didn't hear anything back from them for about, I'm going to say, like at least 7 years. So I forgot. And then they emailed me one day, and they asked if I would like to perform. I was like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot. And my heart started racing. So I said yes. And the day comes, and I go out there, get ready, hit the stage, start singing. The crowd was in the palm of my hand. And about a quarter of the way through the song, I'm like, oh, they're loving this.
Yeah.
And then I start to hear one boo. Then I heard another boo. And then the whole crowd started. And I was like, what? Oh, no, my greatest fear is coming true. And then the Sandman comes out, kicks me off the stage. And I remember just leaving the stage and not feeling any shame or any sadness. I didn't feel like I failed anything. I actually felt like, wow, I'm kind of glad that they did do that, because now this has freed me to really have one less thing to be afraid about. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, I just got booed off the stage at the Apollo and I'm fine. Like, I'm totally fine. And if I can do that in front of this audience, I can really kind of do the next step, which is, something like The Voice or something like a TV show. So I think being able to face a crowd like that and come out unscathed and come out actually a bit more inspired really, really put me in a good mental headspace for something like The Voice. And also as well, sorry. Mm-hmm.
I was just going to say, playing at the Apollo, my God, that is the world's toughest crowd anyway.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes, it is. And they don't play. They don't play at all. Yeah, they don't care.
You're in such a situation as it is when it comes to live performances, because, I mean, being with Man of La Mancha and being on that, doing theater, I mean, that in itself, I mean, you've got those live people up there all the time, and so you've got to be able to tell a story and perform at the same time.
Yes. Yeah, that's always it's a healthy challenge. I remember watching my episode, and I totally forgot that I said this, but I brought up the fact that I do a bunch of wedding gigs, and how sometimes when you're doing all these gigs all the time, you don't really always put yourself in the headspace of serving the song. You just get used to singing people's first dance, or you get used to singing all these upbeat songs. And it's not that you're phoning them in, it's just that you do it so often that there's not too much of an emotional connection to these songs.
Do you ever watch The Wedding Singer with Adam Sandler and just sit there and go, yeah?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
yeah. I have. I absolutely have.
Oh my God.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because I'm in the wedding business as well as a mobile entertainer, and people don't understand what it is that we go through to make sure that the atmosphere is perfect for there to be dance.
Yo, I know, man, exactly. They really don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know, because you're giving up your whole, if you do it on Saturday, you're probably there longer than I am. Your whole day is dedicated to this wedding. Mm-hmm.
Singing a Bruno Mars song, to most people who like to sing with their favorite song on the radio, it cannot be as easy as that to put this song together.
No, especially someone like Bruno Mars. He's fantastic. He's really fantastic, and it's quite the challenge. And singing a song like that, it's so risky because he's so well known, and he's so loved, and his song is so high, and there's TV cameras on you. It's definitely it's scary. The right word? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's scary.
If I were ever on The Voice, I would practice in front of like several different mirrors, because if I'm looking at that camera and that camera is moving and things, I want to be able to know that I'm not giving some sort of resting bitch face on the camera or anything like that.
Yes. I actually did perform a lot in front of mirrors.
Good.
We'd go, you have to, just so you don't look awkward, like you always try to get the song in your body first. You really drill the lyric, you drill the melody, till it becomes muscle memory. And then you really want to, perform in front of a mirror. So you look confident, so you look like you're, emoting decently, properly. And the song like that, it's so nuanced. Because it's a sad song. So how do you find all these emotions, and how do you express them without being one note?
When you break down a Bruno Mars song, does that mean that you have to go in there and study his behaviors, or do you have to sit there and say, look, I cannot sound like Bruno Mars. I've got to make this my own?
Bingo.
Yeah.
Bingo. Yes. Because if people, it's almost like someone doing a Whitney Houston cover.
Oh,
you
God.
really want to pay homage. Yeah, oh God, it's right. You want to pay an homage to the artist, but you also don't want to sound like them, because they're judging you against the artist, and they'll say, oh my gosh, you tried to sound like so-and-so. You try to sound like them. And, well, it wasn't quite Bruno. And it's like, well, yeah, I'm not Bruno.
Yeah,
I'm
right?
I'm so-and-so. And I want to, insert myself into the conversation. And this is how I interpret the song. Yeah, it's a fine line.
Before John Legend, your mother has always been there for you. She's always been your coach. How's she taking all this?
Mm-hmm. Oh, she's loving it. She's so happy. Yeah, she's happy. She's even her phone is still, ringing from the blinds. Oh man, my phone is blowing up, and then her phone was blowing up, and I'm still like getting comments like, "Oh my gosh, we love your mom. She's so cute." Oh wow, we just love a guy that loves his mom. I'm like, wow, I didn't realize that it would travel like this so much.
Well, I think it's because people want to have that relationship with their family. I mean, it just seems like that we're in this age where, family means what? I mean, distance, and you're showcasing that, no, we can all get along with each other and showcase some true love here.
Yes. Perfectly said. Perfectly said. Yes.
Let's talk about your band. I think we need to talk about your band. Let's give them some love. How are they reacting to you being up there as a solo performer? Because when the show is over, you got to go back to the band.
Right. No, they're loving it. They're loving it. It's the band is. We started back during the pandemic, and luckily it was funny because we all lived together, and before the pandemic, we all do our own gigs and whatnot, and some band members are in other bands. So when the pandemic hit, we would jam downstairs in our basement because we have a studio in our basement and a recording studio at the same time. So we would just jam, and we started writing songs, and I was like, how about we just make this official? Let's just put out an EP. Let's really try to see what we can go with this. And we did, and we started playing a bunch, and they're so thrilled. They're so thrilled, and it's great being on TV and also seeing some of them in the clips, in the background story clips. So they're happy they're getting some screen time as well. So it's great. It's great.
Well, we live in such a great age of music where it's okay to swap members in bands. But my worst fear has always been, what happens when that band takes off and everybody else is playing in other bands? How do you bring that together to put a tour together?
Well, I would say that's kind of what's happening now. We're trying to get back to it a bit more because once the pandemic stopped, we kind of got our jobs back and gigs started happening again. And some of the members, went back on tours with their other bands. But we're still, what we're doing now is just basically writing and waiting for the perfect time to, hit the stage again. But since, I was, on The Voice, we've all just been a bit scattered.
Yep.
So, we're still, we're still writing and producing and mixing our own content and whatnot. So it's just a waiting game at this point.
Yeah. What has been your biggest oh wow moment being on that Voice stage?
I would still. For me, I feel like once I finished singing my audition song and just not realizing that anyone had turned, because I was like, I just need one cheer turn. That's all I want.
Yeah.
But when I started singing and the crowd was giving me amazing feedback, I just kind of zoned out into the performance because it was just so fun. It was so fun. It's like I'll never forget that moment because it's hard to put into words because you have so many, your heart is racing and your stomach is burning, and you hit the stage and you're singing the song, and I finished it and I'm like, I wasn't even thinking about chair turns at that point. I was just thinking of, okay, we got through this song. I'm scathed. All right, time to open your eyes and look up. And then I look up and there's four coaches looking at me, smiling. I mean, Reba's smiling. I'm like, Reba? Like, is he legend? all these heavy hitters in the industry. So that feeling was, that was so far the coolest thing.
Wow.
Just feeling the validation, honestly.
Where can people go to find out more about you, Gene, to give you a lot of love and to give your band some love?
They can find me on Gene Taylor Music on all the socials. On every social, that's TikTok, that's YouTube, that's Instagram. Gene Taylor Music, and that's GeneTaylorMusic. That's everywhere. Even my website, it's genetaylormusic.com.
Excellent. You got to come back to this show anytime in the future. The door is always going to be open for you.
I would love that.
Excellent.
I would love that anytime.
Well, you be brilliant today, okay, Gene?
Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time.